Hello there, and good morning, or good afternoon, or even good evening, depending on wherever you are. Today, we're going to be talking about the colour burgundy, and it's a colour that is one that is associated with reconnecting to the passion and the vitality that is a driving factor for all of us with life. But before I do so, I just want to acknowledge and thank you if you're a returning visitor to the channel. I'm so glad. I seriously and sincerely mean it when I say that I'm very grateful that you continue to return to the channel, because that reinforces to me that you're gaining value from the content that I put up, and that gives me great pleasure because that's what motivates me. If you're new to the channel, of course, I want to say thank you for joining us, and I hope that if you enjoy the videos and the content that I put up here, that you will actually like or subscribe. And whether you're a newbie or a returning visitor, I do invite you to make comments, to put up your experiences if you try and test something. Even if, I'm even open to comments such as, this is just too outlandish for me. If it's something that you find a bit bizarre or whatever, that's okay too. But the idea is to open people up, to have them at least give consideration to doing some of these activities and how it might help them. But anyway, without further ado, let's crack on with the video. So as far as colour mixing goes and the composition, burgundy is definitely a mixture of the red with a bit of blue to give it some depth. I mean, I would suspect that some people might even add a little bit of black to it, depending on the shade of burgundy they're trying to get. But definitely there's a little bit of yellow in there that takes it away from being a pure red. So when we talk about the colour mixes, we're also then making links from the colours and the hues through to the chakras. So we're talking about a colour that is associated with the base chakra, which is will to live, the orange chakra, which is actually the creativity and the centre for passion. And if we're talking about yellow, this is about the confidence, the trust, the faith, the hope, and that kind of thing. I've got videos on the chakras on the channel as well. And you could always just go and use the search engine and just key in the word chakra, and you'll find the content that I've loaded so far. Just so you know, that content is not comprehensive. It's going to be added to. I'm just focused on doing the other content right now. And there's only so many hours in a day. Anyway, cracking on about burgundy. So when we talk about burgundy, of course, it's got the red in it. This is associated with dynamism, or it's considered a dynamic colour, a colour that energizes a person. And as I said before, it's associated with passion. Passion is a driving force. If we have no passion in our life, then everything can feel same, boring, and it definitely can impact on our will to survive. So passion's a very important part of life, and it's what gives us the enthusiasm for life. But with burgundy specifically, we're talking about a colour that aims to be creative in meaningful ways, about having a purpose and being passionate about our purpose and enthusiastic about where we're going and what we're doing. It's a particularly helpful colour for those people who are feeling a bit lost. They've lost their direction. They're questioning their purpose, the meaning of life and that kind of thing. The attributes of burgundy are basically said to help reveal your path to you, your divine plan, if you like. And it assists, whether or not you're looking actually for your divine plan or being spiritual, on a more practical level, it's said that it assists and supports a person to find direction in their life. But obviously, finding your purpose is the primary aim as far as I'm concerned. If life is mundane or boring, then clearly it's time to work with burgundy, would probably be the best way of describing it. And the reason why I say this, which sounds a bit condescending, I hope not, I hope it doesn't sound condescending, is that once a person knows their purpose, the rest of the stuff becomes easier, if you like. Life is no longer boring. It's not mundane. It becomes an adventure of working towards manifesting dreams into reality. And of course, this requires an energy boost. Okay, sometimes we need to have the energy sources recharged so that we can actually feel passionate about what it is that we're trying to create. And so, yes, this is the attributes of burgundy. It helps to energize, it helps to restore passion. And if it is your life purpose that you're looking for, it's going to help you to find that. But otherwise, it's certainly going to help you to get some meaning and a direction in your life. So, I mean, I don't do it with all the videos that I've loaded up because sometimes I kind of lose my own passion, if you like. But when we talk about the messages of colour and burgundy, for this one, it would be if I had an art class and I had somebody in there that was being drawn to do lots of paintings with burgundy, I would definitely be asking them a few questions about, well, how are you going? Are you feeling life's a bit lackluster at the moment? Is everything a bit boring, a bit repetitive? Um, are you feeling like basically like the battery has gone out on your car? How much joy are they actually experiencing with their life? Are they feeling unmotivated and uninspired? And to put this into perspective, okay, so we associate passion, I guess, with the image that I've got here where it's about love and romance and all of that. But passion actually isn't all about love and romance. It's actually about having that drive, that enthusiasm. And if you think about it, when you feel strongly about something, passion is the capacity to be able to move mountains to get to the end result, because you're so committed to what it is that you're doing. From a spiritual perspective, you could say passion is that part that is internalized as this driving force that we intuitively know what it is that we need to be doing. And we start to get the clarity of purpose around our life. And the way we would do this, sorry, I'm swallowing and choking on my words and that kind of stuff. Basically, spend some time connecting to this passionate essence that lies within and through connecting to the creator. So there are some simple things that we can do to reawaken this passion and energy and vitality towards achieving our goals or finding our purpose. And I'll give you it in a minute, but I want to give you a prime example of when it would be timely to work with Burgundy. So obviously there's a part of me, there's an aspect of me that is passionate about putting this content up for people because I believe it's helpful to them. It's been helpful to me, so I like to share the information with other people because they might enjoy it as well. However, what I find a passion killer is battling with technology. And so sometimes I might have to re-record the videos because I've had problems with the technology. It could be the database, it could be my computer. Historically, it's been the infrastructure. And when you have to redo, say, video recordings and that kind of stuff, where you might initially open out and start up being enthusiastic and positive, happy, cheery, all that stuff, yes, let's do it. By the time you've actually recorded the video a couple of times, it's kind of, you've lost that sense of enthusiasm with it. So this happens fairly regularly for me when I'm doing the videos, including today, which is why I'm mentioning it. I had a bit of an issue before with technology. So hopefully this video is coming across as me being passionate, enthusiastic about delivering you some content. So anyway, back to what you can actually do to assist you when you have these flat moments like what I've had today is basically just work with the colour of burgundy. Now, I haven't done this today, okay, because I was not that bogged down. But for people who are really bogged down, really stuck and not knowing where to go next, an activity that you can do is actually write down all the things that you would love to feel and experience and then wear something with burgundy close to your heart, So a pendant is a good suggestion here. Frankly, I like garnet and I think a garnet pendant works really well for this activity, but it doesn't have to be that. It can be just wearing a piece of cloth if you've got a garnet coloured cloth, but not everyone is able to access material objects to be able to do activities. And this is why visualizations are good because they're free, they're easily accessible. You're only restricted by your own capacity to imagine or visualize. And when we can access the internet and find things like colours, as I've put on these screens here, you've already got access to the information. It's not going to be as difficult to try and imagine and visualize. So where I'm going with this is another option might be wearing a garnet bracelet. These are all ways to incorporate colour into your life. If you're an artist, you might want to actually do a painting using the colour burgundy. But anyway, the idea is if you were using an image such as the glass of port here, actually, which is it port or Burgundy? I hope it's Burgundy. Basically, you would just focus your attention on the image, and then you half close your eyes so that they're almost like slits, and you allow your vision to blur. And once you've allowed it to blur, you then focus on the breath and you visualize and imagine in your mind's eye that you're breathing the color and soaking this color of burgundy into every fiber of your being. Now, if you decide to do the visualization process, this is a great opportunity to do the invocation that we've got here, but you can do the invocation at any particular time that you like. It's just using the colors seems to, I guess, intensify the capacity for the connection and the healing process. So, of course, when we do an affirmation or an invocation, we use a firm voice. We're not pleading and begging and whining and moaning. We are just stating a fact or a request. Divine intelligence, awaken my intuition, passion, and love for life, and support my extraordinary living by tapping into my extraordinary potential. Thanks be. So, my friends, another short video for you today. I bet you're heaving a big sigh of relief. Once again, I'd like to thank you for being part of my journey. I'm going to wish you well. Have a blessed day, blessed week. Take care. I'm going to catch you on the next video. Bye bye for now.